Every day thousands of tourists come here. But while some leave absolutely thrilled, others are convinced they wasted their money. So, is this hotel really worth it? Let's find out. Welcome to Liberty Fabay. Liberty Fabay is one of the most talked about hotels in Turkey, and I decided to check whether it truly lives up to its popularity. Luxurious rooms, a huge territory, adults-only areas, and an impressive selection of restaurants. It sounds like a dream, but is everything really that perfect? What's hiding behind the beautiful photos and high ratings? Stay with me. It's going to be interesting. The hotel's rating is 4.7 on Google, 9.3 on Booking, and 4.8 on TripAdvisor. However, even such a popular hotel has its drawbacks, which could seriously affect your decision. Let's take a closer look at all the pros and cons so you can make the right choice. But before we begin, I'd like to ask you to subscribe to our channel and support this video with likes and comments. Thank you. The beach at Liberty Fabay made a very pleasant impression on me, but it wasn't without its nuances. It was surprisingly clean. Every morning, the staff carefully cleaned the area and even separated the stones from the sand. Most of the beach is sandy, with stones found only on a narrow strip right at the water's edge. This made entering the sea quite comfortable. I especially enjoyed the beach bar. A great place where we loved spending time. The beach area was always clean and well maintained, but finding a free sunbed was almost impossible, especially in the morning. This really spoiled the impression a bit, as we wanted to relax in comfort. More than once, we had to walk along the shore for a long time in search of a spot. Overall, the beach is very good, but the hotel definitely needs to add more sunbeds. After walking along the clean beach, let's head back to the hotel grounds, because that's where my most unexpected discoveries began. The territory of Liberty Fabay seemed very impressive to me and at the same time a bit contradictory. The hotel is simply huge. It really feels more like a bustling shopping center than a secluded resort. Children are running everywhere, and it feels more like a family hotel than a romantic getaway for two. I really didn't like that all the poolside loungers were already taken by 8 in the morning, as guests reserved them in advance by leaving towels, which was very annoying. We spent the entire week on the beach because there was just no chance to find a free spot by the pools. However, I was pleased with the adults-only zone, where you could peacefully have lunch and swim away from the noise and hustle. It was a true island of silence that saved our vacation. I really liked how the hotel provided special areas for adults, making it comfortable for both adults and children to relax. The spa area, hammam, and indoor pool turned out to be very good. That's where I truly relaxed. The resort itself is really beautiful, with a vibrant atmosphere and good value for money. But I don't recommend visiting the shops on the territory, since they are not part of the hotel and the prices are inflated. Overall, the vacation was interesting, but I would only return outside the high season when there are fewer people. After walking around the hotel, you always want a delicious meal. So, did I like the food or not? I really liked the food at Liberty Fabay. The food was simply amazing because every dish exceeded my expectations. Lavish buffets, cafes with a huge selection of coffee and desserts, and delicious cuisine in every corner of the hotel. I especially remember the creative alcoholic cocktails prepared by the bartenders. Drinks were available in every area of the hotel and around the clock. I was glad there was an adults-only restaurant where you could eat in peace and quiet. The Italian restaurant turned out to be a real discovery for me. I highly recommend visiting it. The only downside is the a la carte system. For example, if you stay at the hotel for 7 nights, you can visit only one restaurant for free, and the rest require an additional fee. That was a bit disappointing. Also in the morning, the coffee shop was oddly closed exactly when you wanted to have a good cup of coffee. The selection of non-alcoholic drinks was limited. I would have liked more variety. Otherwise, the food was excellent and the variety of dishes was very wide. If you love to eat well, this hotel definitely won't disappoint. After such lunches and dinners, you want to relax in a cozy room. But does the room meet the hotel's high standards? I really like the rooms at Liberty Fabay. They are spacious, modern, and truly very clean. Everything looked fresh and neat. I especially appreciated that the furniture was new and stylish, and the beds were incredibly comfortable. The direct access to the pool from the room was a real bonus. It was both convenient and beautiful. The rooms are clearly still new, and you can feel it in every detail of the interior. I felt very comfortable there because everything was thoughtfully designed. This room reminded me of the ones at this luxury hotel. The link just appeared on your screen. Just compare them, it's also a great option. However, there is one significant downside to the rooms at Liberty Fabay. Unfortunately, the soundproofing leaves much to be desired. I could hear the neighbors, the hallway, and noise from outside, especially in the evenings. Aside from that, the room was simply amazing, and I genuinely enjoyed coming back to it after a busy day. It's definitely one of the best options among hotels of this level. But comfort and coziness are created not by the room itself, but by the service and staff. The staff at Liberty Fabay seemed very welcoming to me. Every employee I interacted with was incredibly polite, respectful, and friendly. The service during my stay was at a very high level. The staff always smiled, greeted guests, and tried to help even with small things. They were very attentive, noticed the details, and responded quickly. This created an even warmer and more pleasant atmosphere. All the staff, from the reception to the waiters, did their jobs with heart, and it was clear that guests are truly valued here. Such an attitude makes the vacation especially comfortable. Thank you to the Liberty Fabay staff. You really make this hotel special. A warm atmosphere, attention and care, all of this creates a solid foundation for a great holiday. But is that enough to keep boredom away? The entertainment at Liberty Fabay wasn't always perfect. On one hand, there were many activities for all ages, and some evening shows were really high quality. I especially enjoyed the live music and dance performances. But on the other hand, some events seemed a bit boring, especially for teenagers and adults. I would have liked to see more Turkish atmosphere in the evening programs, especially on the beach and at the bar. Over the past few years, the level of entertainment seems to have dropped a bit. There were too many paid activities, which was a bit disappointing. Nevertheless, some of the shows on certain evenings were excellent and created a great mood. I still had a good time, but expected a bit more variety. Overall, not bad, but there's room for improvement. However, no entertainment will help if the kids are bored. The kids' club was spacious, cozy, and had very pleasant, caring staff. My child enjoyed it there, and I felt that he was in good hands. The entertainment in the children's pools was also good, the water was warm, and it was safe and fun for the little ones. However, the water park and kids club operated at the same time and only for a limited number of hours. This turned out to be inconvenient, as the children wanted to go to both, but had to choose one. It would have been much better if the schedules of these zones didn't overlap. I also would have gladly used babysitting services if they were available, as we were even willing to pay extra for it. But unfortunately, that option didn't exist. Aside from that, the kids area left a positive impression and brought my child a lot of joy. The hotel is clearly oriented towards family vacations and tries to create comfortable conditions for young children. I found an amazing Turkish hotel for the whole family and I'm excited to share it with you. Liberty Fabay is a bright, modern hotel that's perfect for a family holiday. The beach is clean and well maintained, the territory is impressive in size and beauty, and the food is at a very high level. Tasty, diverse, with great drinks and restaurants. The rooms are spacious, new, and very comfortable. The staff is the true pride of the hotel, friendly, attentive, and genuinely caring. Of course, there are a few minor drawbacks. For example, during high season the hotel can feel too crowded and noisy, but overall, I believe Liberty Fabay is a great choice for a family vacation, especially with kids. Personally, I definitely recommend this hotel. Friends, the final decision is always up to you, and only you can decide whether it's worth flying to this hotel or not. While you're thinking, I also recommend watching these other videos about Turkish hotels. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our new reviews. And now it's time to say goodbye. See you at the next hotel.